How do you tell a story that is about your heart, your guts, and your brain? How do you tell a story when you are still haunted by it? I would rather be angry, sad, heartbroken, or anxious than feel the isolation and hopelessness of feeling dumb.
We sat on one side of the table and our teacher sat on the other. She seemed so big with her power. I don't actually think she was a large woman. She told us to start from the top, and we had to read down until we came to a word that we had a hard time with. She told us what that word was, and we had to start over from the top. This technique did not aid us in learning to read.
The frustration of children with dyslexia often centers on their inability to meet expectations. Their parents and teachers see a bright, enthusiastic child who is not learning to read and write. The pain of failing to meet other people's expectations is surpassed only by dyslexics' inability to achieve their goals. This is particularly true of those who develop perfectionistic expectations in order to deal with their anxiety. They grow up believing that it is terrible to make a mistake. However, their learning disability, almost by definition, means that these children will make many mistakes. This is painful for them, as it makes them feel chronically inadequate. Dyslexics' performance varies from day to day. On some days, reading may come fairly easily. However, another day, they may be barely able to write their own names. This inconsistency is confusing not only for the dyslexics, but also for others in their environment. Few other handicapping conditions are intermittent in nature. A child in a wheelchair remains there. In fact, if on some days the child can walk, most professionals would consider it to be an hysterical condition.
Because this is so stupid, and I have not learned anything in order to get this stupid piece of paper. And when I hold it in my hands, I realize that I cannot actually read what it says. This is not just a story about me. This is not just a story about dyslexia. This is not even a story about triumph. This is a story about how we are both swimming and drowning, often at the same time. It is also a story about believing that it is possible to reach one's arm up so high out of the water that one is no longer swimming, but dancing.
Ich gehe an einem Bratachbahn, ich gehe an einem Bratachbahn, ich gehe an einem Bratachbahn, chona mi da lange Zale. Hier in Becco Viglioro, hier in Becco Viglioro, hier in Becco Viglioro, hu hadden ja hu chona mi da lange Zale, chona mi da lange Zale, chona mi da lange Zale, was du da das Dach? Hier in Becco Viglioro, hier in Becco Viglioro, hier in